If you're watching this video, you're probably trying to get some Battle Pass XP. Save the World is a great way to do that, and that's what we're talking about today. If you're a brand new player and you've never seen my channel before, then hi, Save the World is a great game. You should get it. If you're a regular viewer, then I'll explain the camera position towards the end of the video because I want to get straight into the information. So, there's a spreadsheet. It's kind of bright. If you're in a dark room, this is your warning. Going in slow, flashbang. All right, so thank you so much to Archer. I'm going to link his channel down below for filling in this data. He always just goes ahead and does it, and I really thank him for that because it saves me a lot of effort and it gets these videos out a little quicker. But let's talk about what this sheet is and what it represents. I'll get into the game in a second so we can get a little bit more information. First and foremost, the daily mission cap is 320,000 XP. That is the most you can get from missions. Quest XP has no cap. We'll get into that. And also, 320,000 Quest XP might sound like a lot. That's actually 4 levels in BR. And I also want to say it right now, the XP this season is a little less because the season's 4 months long. It is ending March 8th. So typically, Battle Pass XP earned from Save the World is scaled to the length of the season. That's why in Fortnite OG, the numbers are super high, and in recent seasons, we've had super high numbers as well. But because this is a particularly longer season, less XP per day makes sense, okay? You're going to complain. I know you're already going to complain. Some of you are probably not going to bother deleting your comment because you've already complained. But I'm just saying, it makes sense that Epic doesn't want you to max out your Battle Pass through Save the World in like the first month or two. I get it. So either way, you are going to get plenty of levels from Save the World anyway, and in terms of XP per minute, if you just want to queue a mission and spam it over and over, these are the best missions to do it. The top one that I can recommend is Destroy the Encampments, because right now, Dungeons is not available. Another bright screen, although this one's actually darker, I think, is the yearly content timeline. This is linked down below in every single video. I highly recommend checking it out, but you can see that we are currently in this season right here, the blue area. FROSTNITE is our current event. That's what we have to go with, and Dungeons won't be back until, April. So we will get, I think it said ends March 8th. Yeah, so we're just going to not have Dungeons for this entire season, which makes that top answer meaningless, but Encampments is really good. Encampments, you can just queue it and then kill all the encampments. Here, I'll show it actually, because power level doesn't matter. So if I go to like Stonewood, if you're a brand new player, maybe you only use Save the World for V-Bucks or XP, you could queue this power level 15 encampments. Pretty easy for everybody. And as soon as you destroy the encampments, all of them that you can do, you're out of there. And if you go in with a good loadout and an overpowered team, you can blaze through that in about 5 minutes. I actually have an encampment speedrunning guide. I'll link it down below. I usually link my dungeon speedrunning guide down below as well, but as mentioned. So yeah, encampments is really, really solid. But if you continue on through these other missions, Crypts again is dungeons, but category 4. I know that's kind of a harder mission, but still, that's a mission you'd be queuing normally. If you're queuing 4x missions, 4-player missions that is, that's really good. Ride the Lightning is a super quick mission. A lot of people's favorite is Retrieve the Data. I know it's halfway down on this list, but Retrieve the Data is a balloon that spawns in the sky. You just find the mission defense right away, run straight to it, set up your defense, and again, power level doesn't matter. So I'm not really giving a trap guide in this video because it doesn't super matter. If you just hit play, you'll probably be fine. And my current favorite to recommend is actually FROSTNITE. I know a lot of you might like Endurance because you have AFK set up, but FROSTNITE is not usually the best for XP. You can kind of see that. It's not that much. However, there are a lot of things going on with FROSTNITE. In fact, if I stay on the yearly content timeline, you can see that there are a lot of good reasons to run it. Ice King is a bonus. He's a really good hero. Paper Shredder is a fun weapon that you can grab. There's the FROSTNITE banner associated. You can get the challenges I'll show in a second. Frosty Turf is out this week only. Next week, it's going to be Tree of Light. So you're going to be running FROSTNITE at least every week, potentially multiple times. I personally think it's kind of fun. And if we look at the quests, it's not a ton of XP. I'm not making a super serious point, but the FROSTNITE dailies here, if you just play 30 minutes as an Outlander today, as I'm recording this, the daily challenges change every day. I encourage you to check yours with what they are, but if you place 100 structures and farm, you'll just get an extra 18,000 Battle Pass XP. Also, this is a spreadsheet that you guys can file, make a copy. I highly recommend doing that because of the time to complete it over here. I'll get to more of that in a second, but if you just punch in like 18,000 bonus XP, you can see on the right here, it goes to 2562, which is a little bit more. It only bumps it up like 1 slot. It's not dramatic. However, it just speaks to the fact that it's okay for XP. In fact, if you run FROSTNITE once, complete the dailies and get Ice King for the first time or the weekly challenge, whatever that is, you'll get a significant chunk of your XP cap done right there. Then you can just look at these higher ones. If you only care about XP, you can grind the encampments a bunch of times. If you're playing normal missions, not only will you casually hit your XP cap kind of easily, in fact, the total XP here is what becomes relevant. I hope this doesn't break the whole sheet. Great, it kind of did, but you get the point. Actually, no, it did totally like mess this up. All right, well, I'm just gonna fix that, hopefully. All right, let me just back up here. Yeah, there we are. The most XP without me actually breaking the sheet is FROSTNITE and Endurance, but you can see like these normal missions, like Category 4, if you just defend the Atlas and keep the base healthy, 42,000. You run that 8 times, which is enough to get your weekly supercharger if you're interested in that. Survive the Horde's not currently available in this season, but you'll take care of it casually, is my point. You don't really need to grind one mission over and over, and those daily quests are also important. As you play every single day, I get V-Bucks because I'm a founder, but everybody in the entire game will get X-Ray tickets, Battle Pass XP, 15,000 of it, and gold. And there's also War Games challenges, so if you're interested, you can do that. The daily challenges, Endurance daily challenges, on top of the amount of XP that Endurance already gives is really nice. So XP from quests is not capped. That's what I'm trying to show here, and I'm also saying that as you play the game, you'll probably just hit the cap naturally, but if you're looking to do it efficiently, those are some guides. Now, real quick before I move into some tips and tricks on how to queue these missions, my monitor is not here. So as I'm recording this, I just did like a PC build stream, and I kind of had to cannibalize my right panel. It's in the other room, so I'm I'm recording straight on. It's really distracting for me, and it's been on my mind the entire video, but I've hopefully kept my focus. It's yeah, it's a weird, distracting thing, but we're at the casual point of the video where I get to tell you guys that Save the World. New viewers, I have a whole guide on like a starter guide for Fortnite Save the World. It's really in depth. It's really like, it's a 30-minute video, but then it's just a ton of information that expands on more topics in the description down below. I'm going to link it down below if you guys are new to this game, because there's so much to enjoy besides Battle Pass XP. And if you're a regular player, let's talk about regular tips, you know? As mentioned, encampments are really, really good. There's a video on that link down below. Retrieve the data as mentioned. You find the balloon, set up the fence. It's super easy. And I actually, on those tips, I wanted to mention the XP per minute. I'm sorry, forgot to explain this, but this is kind of in line because this is an approximation. Like for the category 4 I was about to talk about, that is an 8-minute defense. You can't get around that. And I say it's about a 9-minute completion because it could take you about a minute to get the blue glow and start the defense. If you're in a low power level zone, that will vary, and that's where that file make a copy comes in hand. If you want to make a copy of this and calculate what's the best for you and your friends or you and yourself, that makes total sense. Like Ride the Lightning is 8 minutes. Again, that's a 4-minute defense and a 3-minute, or it's a 3-minute and a 4. Either way, it's 7 minutes of 2 waves, and that 1 minute to get that started is a little nice. Retrieve the data is also a 8-minute defense, but I give it 1 minute. But you should be able to find the balloon and start it as soon as the game lets you, and that might even be like you know, actually be the first decimal on here, like an 8.5. It might take you 30 seconds to get over there, which changes things slightly. So with a season dealing with like this small of XP values, these numbers aren't shifting that much, as I've been indicating, but that's just kind of the situation. Less XP makes sense for a longer season. Not everybody's happy about it, but it sort of is what it is. And I know this was a really scattered video, by the way, but I just made this video a month ago, and it's pretty casual. So I just like to throw the information at you guys and see what sticks. So yeah, here's the old video. I'll probably update this with the new link, and yeah, I'll see you guys next season, I guess, with the new XP values. Thank you again, Archer. Link to him down below.